Hello, folks, and welcome to Washington, D.C. Sorry for the late start. We had to introduce our players on the field. We're excited for this game here. The Next Gen All-Stars taking on Washington, D.C.'s Truck Stop. A great game. I am here in the crowd. As you can see, a wonderful crowd here in Washington, D.C. No access to the booth, so I just get to be a man among the people today. Very exciting time for us. Bus coming off of a win against Philadelphia Spinners the other night, now going on against Truck Stop. Last year in this very same stadium, Truck Stop took down the All-Stars. Next Gen Bus hoping to get a little revenge this year. A much stronger squad, as people have been saying. But Truck Stop, 2 tournaments in already this season. They're well practiced, well rehearsed, and on their home turf, ready to do some damage against these young stars. It looks like to start this game, Next Gen is going to be on defense. We have Eric Johnson, Will Driscoll, Nick Lance, Jimmy Mickle, Dylan Freechild, Matt Rader, and Tommy Lamar on that defensive line. Offense for Truck Stop, Mike Steven, Alan Kolick, and here we go with the pull. Steven fields it. Kolick on the sideline. Doy up to Egan. Egan on that sideline. Off to Kolick. Both teams running hard in this first point. Great action. And a huck going up to David Cranston. And he's able to hold off Will Driscoll for the goal. Excited crowd here as Truck Stop takes the first point. They are up 1-0. Great running from both teams in that first point. Maybe it's because I'm closer to the field this time, but it looks like everyone's running faster out there at the start of this game than we've seen in previous games. Truck Stop out here, ready to run. Have heard a lot about these young stars on the bus, and they're ready to prove their worth against the All-Stars. D-line for Truck Stop led by Captain Tommy Nicholson, number 47. Set to pull is Brian Marshall. Markham Schaffner, Daniel Cantor. And that pull well short, goes out of bounds. Philip Haas centering the disc. Next Gen in a vertical stack. Tommy Lee is the dump. Haas immediately resets. Colin Camp gets some yards. DiGirolamo on the sideline. DiGirolamo hammers to pit teammate Thorne. And Thorne with a great grab over Daniel Cantor, running out of space on that sideline, but still able to hold off the big Daniel Cantor. Exciting way to start off on offense for the bus. DiGirolamo loving the hammer, finding his teammate, ties this game up 1-1. Jimmy Mickle's pull, 10 yards in front of the end zone. Fielded by Steven. A zone from the bus. There's a hammer across the field to Stevens. Goes up to Cranston. Not a lot of movement. Slowing down as Polith has it on the sideline. Finally gets a dump off to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer calling the foul, still releases it upfield. And Tom Doy going up. And this disc going all the way back to Moldenhauer. I'm curious if the observer is going to uphold this since the pass was completed. Continuation rule should apply as the completed pass got to Tom Doy. And on the next pass, Doy had misfired and it hit the ground. Observers discussing. Conversation going on between Tommy Lamar and Moldenhauer. And that disc is going to stay at Doy. So truck stop still with possession. Ooh, great bid by Jacob Jannon, but the disc gets to Cranston. Now Doy, middle of the field. Wants to dump to Steven. Gets it off Loopy to Kolick. A pick call upfield as Kolick has it 10 yards off the goal line. On the sideline, marked by Will Driscoll. Nice flick to the middle of the field. And another pick, a travel, goes back to Robin Polith. Great goal line stand from the bus. Pushes truck stop 10 yards back. Moldenhauer with the disc, guarded by Lamar. Dump off to Polith, quick pass. Bobby Gordon with it on the sideline. Miscommunication with Pollock, trying to go for the dump. And Will Driscoll's downfield, Tommy Lamar holstering the huck. The crowd wanted it to go off, but the bus still going up the sideline. Jannon with the disc. They're starting to slow down. Falling into their vertical stack. Lance on the live side. Johnson. And a pick called in the stack. Johnson taps in. 10 yards out. Lance, nice break to Johnson. Johnson and Lance going across, and Johnson, great inside break to Matt Rader, but a travel is called. It's going to go back to Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson back with the disc. Now finds Matt Rader in the end zone this time. Jacob Jannon decides to get in with a bucket spike, even though it's Matt Rader's goal. Next Gen, first break of the game. They go up 2-1. A very call-heavy point in that point. Typically, we have a very clean game. but a lot of confusion. Maybe the All-Stars are still used to playing by those referee rules. I know that these players are back, like being back on a regular USAU Ultimate field. And here we go, back in play, Freechild with the pull. Fielded by Neely. Junk look from the bus. Moldenhauer in the middle to Doi. Norden. Kolick. Oh, and Norden can't get a hand on it. That disc is a yard, maybe 2 outside the goal line as Freechild gets possession. Call on the field. And the bus is set up in their vertical stack. High count, Freechild. Lefty backhand. Just sits, finding Oregon teammate Camden Allison Hall. Another break for the bus as Jeremy Norden, first-year player out of Carleton, drops a disc on a swing. Unfortunate point for Truck Stop. But a mental error and a short point. The same offensive line is going to stay on. Neely, Cranston, Norden, Doi. Nick Lance, nice floating pull. Gonna land right on the goal line. Neely receives, centers to Kolick. All the way around to Moldenhauer. They're spreading the field against this junk look. Quick movement up the sideline. Nietzsche, backhand, finds Moldenhauer on the break side. Great throw from the first-year player on Truck Stop. Finding captain Kevin Moldenhauer. Truck Stop stops the bleeding. Still down 3-2, down 2 breaks early in this game. Defensive line for Truck Stop, hoping to get something back. Jonathan Neely on the line. Markham Schaffner. Eric Salmi. David Boylan Colchin. Matt Gordon. Jeff Wadach and Daniel Cantor. Schaffner with the pull. Mickle to receive. Centers to Haas, side stack from the bus. Set play, doesn't work out. Haas gets it up line, and he puts a flick to Allison Hall, tailing away. Matt Gordon getting in there. Allison Hall having to come back, and Matt Gordon, enough pressure, good layout to get a finger on the disc. Truck Stop with a chance to break and tie this game up. Saw me on the sideline, up to Schaffner. Schaffner, high count situation. Nice inside break to Neely. And Matt Rader earns that one back. Great defense from the player out of Sockeye. He burns downfield. Freechild has it as next gen offense settles themselves. Great shot from Jimmy Mickle, finding Allison Hall. He's going to throw the dump to Freechild. 5 yards outside his end zone. Leading pass to Matt Rader. Matt Rader's second goal of this game. Next Gen offense able to keep possession. Go up 4-2. Matt Rader has been playing great this tour. Big player out of Sockeye. I swear I've seen him get every tee back. If he turns the disc over on offense, he certainly works hard enough to earn it back. That time, getting the offense the disc back, and then scoring the goal. Nick Lance ready to pull.
Nick Lance with the pull for Next Gen.
Fielded by Bolin Kolchin. Nice inside break to Polith. Short throws in front of this zone from Truck Stop. And Tommy Lamar. Big man out of NC Wilmington. Getting his body in the way. And Tom Doy calls a foul. Dump off to Moldenhauer. Kolick has it. And Kolick puts a backhand. Looking for Doy. Doy reels it in. Truck Stop. Great offensive point. And Tom Doy gets a goal. Tom Doy, first-year player on Truck Stop this year. And he was Truck's goal-scoring leader at the opening tournament in the U.S. Open. His first goal of this game. Game within one. Truck Stop line. Brian Marshall. Eric Miner. Jeff Wodach. Jeremy Norden. Daniel Cantor. Matt Gordon. And Tommy Nicholson. Marshall with the pull. Mickle centers to Haas. Vertical stack. Freechild with the disc. And Freechild takes the interesting approach on the swing, going with the backhand all the way across to Matt Rader. Matt Rader open on that dead side swing. Pick called in the field, but he's going to keep possession as it didn't affect the throw. Wodach comes to mark. Rader gets it up line. Swings DiGirolamo up to Camp. Centers to Haas. Kocher. Freechild. Possession-oriented offense here from the bus. Not able to get very many yards. Truck Stop doing a good job stopping their deep game. Chris Kocher getting fouled, going for the inside break. Uncontested from Eric Miner. Chris Kocher, the hometown hero from George Washington University. And Jimmy Mickle has the disc on the sideline. Gets to the Raider up line. Reset to Haas. Haas getting it over the shoulder. And on that break side, Colin Camp able to continue to Jimmy Mickle. Next gen offense still not broken in the first half, up 5-3. The Bus up 2 breaks as they started this game on defense. Nick Lance pulling the disc. Fielded by Mike Steven. Neetsy on the sideline, up to Doy. Cranston. Cranston not able to get back field. Now stuck on the sideline, high count. Quick dish to Robin Polith. Back to Neetsy. Moldenhauer saving that one off the ground. Cranston getting it back up the line. Foul called on the mark. Cranston being marked by DiGirolamo. Pick called downfield. And he looks for the hammer, but not enough field. As that one sails out the sideline. Defense for the Bus with a chance to go up 3 breaks. Nick Lance walking into the cone. Tommy Lee sets up the reset cut, but a travel called on Lance, sends a disc back. Count coming in at 6. Thorne on the sideline, Will Driscoll, no one on him. He's got plenty of time. Moldenhauer finally sets on the mark. Nick Lance reset. Finds Allison Hall. Lance having to step in there. Do a strong bid from Steven, and he goes with a flick. It's floating. Not enough distance on that throw as Moldenhauer gets the D. A little bit of wind here on the field. Maybe caught that disc. And here we go, next gen, or truck stop answering with a huck on their own, and Tom Doy. Great grab over Tommy Lee. Tom Doy showing why he's a dangerous cutter here early in this game. Last 2 offensive points scored by Doy. Great crowd in here in DC. Plenty of noises. They're excited to watch the home team win. Truck stop defense trying to get a break back. Markham Schaffner with the pull. Jimmy Mickle fields it. It looks like they're playing a poach on this vertical stack. Doing a good job stopping those dead side cups upfield. And Mickle going to Janin, floats it over his head. And a quick pass, finding Roman Ryan. And the observer calling that one out. Ryan to Sami. Called that the top half of his body landed first, out of bounds. So Next Gen with a lucky break, still in possession of this disc. Still on offense, vertical stack. Philip Haas to Janin. Camp up line. More up lines. Camp finds Janin. And handlers are running up this field for Next Gen. Vertical stack being stopped from the cuts by strong poaches. But the handler D can't stop the up line as Kocher has it 5 yards outside his goal line. Breaks to Janin, switches fields to Haas. And Camp all the way on the break sideline with the disc. Goes over the top to Mickle and a quick flip to Janin. Truck stop with a chance to get a break back and tie that game, but rushing the turn, landing out of bounds. And Next Gen doesn't take any chances on the next point. Working it up the field, scoring easily. Offense still yet to be broken, up 6-4. D-line for the bus. Allison Hall, Will Driscoll, Eric Johnson, DiGirolamo, Freechild, Lee, and Thorne. Dylan Freechild to pull. And here we go, Jeremy Norden receives this disc. Moldenhauer goes all the way across. Finds Kolick on the sideline. Foul called on the mark. Kolick with the disc. He has Doy upfield. He's going to hit Doy. Quick throw. Neatsy in the middle of the field. Finds Norden on the break side. And Norden goes deep. Looking for Cranton. And Tyler DiGirolamo getting in there. Cranston running out of space. And DiGirolamo able to catch up. Knock that one out the back. Thorne walking the disc up to the goal line, 70 yards to go for another Next Gen break in the first half. Eric Johnson leading pass to Allison Hall. He's got two defenders. What a grab by Camden Allison Hall between two truck stop defenders. Everyone on the field, observers, hasn't called it a goal yet. They can't tell if he landed in. Unfortunately for the Next Gen Network, our instant replay machine is broken. Not here with us at the game. We would love to get another look at that one. Everyone on the field, observers talking about it. One way or another, the momentum for Next Gen is going to be killed by this meetup. If the observers call it a goal, it's a called goal. The excitement is still deflated. If Camden Allison Hall is called out of bounds, he's going to have to reset, and there it is, counted as a goal. Another break, up 7-4. And a great grab from the fifth-year senior out of Oregon. Two defenders on him, rises up over the pack. He's a horse. Now Next Gen up 7-4. Defensive line with a chance to break to go into half. Johnson, Raider, Mickle, Lance, DiGirolamo, Driscoll, and Janin. Offensive line for Truck Stop, hoping to keep possession. Chris Nietzsche, Daniel Cantor, Kevin Moldenhauer, Mike Steven, Alan Kolick, Tom Doy, Robin Polith, Bobby Gordon, excuse me. That disc bouncing off the back line. Steven takes it on the goal line. Ooh. Finds Moldenhauer. Pick caught downfield. Doy with the disc. Horizontal stack from Truck Stop. Doy dump back to Moldenhauer. Eric Johnson on the dump. Eric Johnson, 2 Callahans in 2 games. He would love to keep that streak going. Gordon on the sideline. Nietzsche. And that huck goes up. Going for Kolick. Nick Lance is there. Double jump from Nick Lance and Kolick. And then Tom Doy cleans it up. Never giving up on that disc. Tom Doy, 3 goals in this first half. Heads up cutter. Young star doing great here in this game, keeping Truck Stop alive. And Truck Stop D-line hoping to get themselves back in this game. Francisco Hazara, Jeff Wadich, Daniel Cantor, Tommy Nicholson, Jonathan Neely, Brian Marshall, and Matt Gordon. An offsides call. Brian Marshall getting over that line. Offensive line for the Bus. If they put it in, they're going to take this to half. Philip Haas, Alex Thorne, Dylan Freechild, Chris Kocher, Colin Camp, Tommy Lee and Tommy Lamar.
Brian Marshall with the pull for truck stop.
Marshall's second pull, well deep in that end zone. Toss gets it to Thorne. Thorne centers to Lee. Great break to Tommy Lamar. And a pick called downfield. Lamar marked by Nicholson. Great bid from Marshall. Going to Freechild, and Freechild. Easy forehand. Finding Colin Camp. And half goes to Next Gen, up 8-5. Up 3 breaks early in this game. Great job so far from the All-Stars. Great running from Truck Stop. They're going to look to ramp up the energy in the second half. And we're excited to see the conclusion of this game here in Washington, D.C. We will be back with you in 10 minutes. Welcome back to Washington, D.C. Truck Stop taking on Next Gen All-Stars. 9th game of the tour. We are now past the 50% point. In this game, Next Gen up 3 breaks, starting on offense in the second half. Truck Stop hoping to start off this half early, with the break early. Get the momentum back in their favor. Schaffner with the pull.
Schaffner with the pull.
Freechild fields it up to DiGirolamo. Vert stack for the bus. All the way across to Lee. Lee being marked by Cantor. Freechild's upfield. Kocher. And Kocher flick over the stack, finding Jacob Janin. Quick point for the bus. Chris Kocher with the assist. Kocher, the hometown hero. Youngest player on the team, goes to George Washington University here in DC. He finds fellow Division III player out of Whitman, Jacob Janin. Next Gen up 9-5. Truck Stop this year, attending 2 tournaments so far, the US Open in Colorado and club tournaments in Georgia. Well-practiced team. After a big roster change from last season, 12-man roster change, they seem to be adjusting very well. This bounces in on the sideline. Truck Stop now on a roll. In what seems to be a horizontal stack, Doy with the disc, up to Gordon. Gordon getting it off to Moldenhauer. And Moldenhauer, big hop to Kolick. Alan Coley from William & Mary. Getting up over Thorne. Lands just inside the goal line. Good offensive point for Truck Stop. No turnovers. Able to take it deep. Their offense is going to need to be in control for that course, the defense is going to need to ramp it up if Truck Stop wants to find themselves back in this game. Ryan Marshall set to pull. Tommy Nicholson. Jeff Wadach. Justin Norden. Francisco Hazara. Roman Ryan.
Ryan Marshall with the pull for Truck Stop. Tommy Lee picks it up and centers to Jimmy Mickle.
And Eric Salmi rounds out that D-line for Truck Stop. Pick called immediately in the stack. Jimmy Mickle with the disc in the middle of the field. Dumps off to Lee, and Lee puts up a backhand to Janin. What a throw from Tommy Lee. That flies beautifully in front of Jacob Janin. Jacob Janin, really fast player. If you get that disc out in front of him, no one's gonna catch up. And another smooth offensive point for the Bus. Up 10-6. Up 3 breaks.
With the pull for Next Gen. Stefan to bring it down.
Nick Lance to pull. Stefan fields it. Upfield to Polith. And Poloff goes deep immediately. If that's going to stay in bounds. Great adjustment by David Cranston. Gets a hand on it. Might have been in bounds. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, as the disc flies off his hands. Nick Lance bringing the disc up. Bobbles it. Upfield to Johnson. Chance to go up 4 breaks. Johnson goes all the way around to Kocher. Back to Johnson. And a rare drop by Dylan Freechild. Just a completely unforced turn. So Truck Stop, offense, still back. Kolnick centers to Steven. Now Cranston. Pick called upfield. Disc goes back. Disc stays, doesn't affect the throw. Moldenhauer has it in the middle of the field, unmarked. Very advantageous to be position to be in for Truck Stop. And Moldenhauer able to go to that dead side immediately, finding Bobby Gordon. Bobby Gordon, the most senior member on this team. He's been here since Truck Stop's inception in 2005. And Truck Stop having a strong history. They've been making nationals since 2006, a 5-year running streak from 2006 to 2011. Bobby Gordon, been there for all of it. Before Truck Stop, he played for a team called TSGH, still out of Washington, D.C. And here, Truck Stop down 3, trying to get themselves back into this game.
Tommy Lee brings it down. Centers to Pittsburgh's Alex Thorne.
Thorne centers a junk look from Truck Stop, stopping that isolation play. And Thorne, in a lot of pressure, catches the disc. Allison Hall unmarked, up the field to Mickle. Pick called downfield. Great adjustments from the Truck Stop defense. Throwing a junk look to stop the initial play. And look to be running very strong out there. Tommy Lee being marked by Eric Miner. And Lee trying to force the backhand up to Jimmy Mickle. Heads up play to get the D for Truck Stop. Chance to break. Jonathan Neely has a disc. All the way around to Hazaria. Neely resets to Wattage. Schaffner, push pass to Neely, just gets there. Wodach, outside the goal line. Chance for the first break of the game. And another push pass, finding Markham Schaffner. And a break for Truck Stop brings this game within 2. It's Markham Schaffner receiving the push pass. Markham Schaffner, another young first-year player on Truck Stop. Number 90 hails from Pomona College. Same school as Next Gen's own Tommy Lee. Markham Schaffner was the 2008 Freshman of the Year for Pomona. The year after, Tommy Lee took the Freshman of the Year honors. And in 2011, those two led Claremont College to a Division III national title. Schaffner now in his first year at Truck Stop, making an impact on the club scene after hailing from Tanasi. Another junk look from Truck Stop, stopping the first play. Next in offense adjusting. Matt Rader unmarked in the middle of the field. Goes all the way across, and Kotcher is there. Patient offense from the bus. As Truck Stop now falls in the man. Pick call downfield. Nick Lance is going to keep possession. Marked by Justin Norden on the sideline. Lamar all the way around to Janin. Janin again gets it on the swing. Rader finally gets it upfield. Nick Lance grabbing it right in front of David Bowling-Colchin. And Lance is going to drop that off to Dylan Freechild. Great defense attempt from Bowling-Colchin. But Nick Lance with sure hands snatching that disc right in front of the eyes of the truck stop defender. Great point-saving grab. This game within 3, Next Gen still up 11-8. Nick Lance, the Callahan winner out of Georgia Tech. Second year on the Next Gen Tour.
Jimmy Mickle with the laser.
Oh, it is a pleasure to watch him play.
Centers from Moldenhauer.
Truck stop on offense. Moldenhauer trying to go around, hitting the ground before David Cranston can reach it. Now short field for Next Gen defense. Pick called on the field as Mickle goes around to Eric Johnson. Mickle marked by veteran Gordon. And Eric Johnson, great shimmy move, getting past Robin Polith on the live side, making it easy for Jimmy Mickle. Wide open throw, right over the goal line. And after giving up a break already in the second half, Next Gen defense earns it back. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Patagonia and Discraft, for making the bus run. And our other sponsor, Elemental Technology, very important in getting our live stream out to you. 16 games, live stream from the Next Gen Tour. Tonight in Washington, D.C., Monday in North Carolina. You can check out all the dates for the tour on nextgentour.com and see if this bus is coming to a city near you. Truck stop on offense. Mike Steven with the disc in the middle of the field. Kolick on the sideline. Up to Cranston. Polith. Gordon. And Gordon wants to put it, holsters though. Cranston gets it up line. All the way across the field. Finding Steven wide open. And an outside and backhand. Going for Gordon, but Tyler DiGirolamo is there. Putting on the afterburners. Catches up and gets a hand on that D. Great D from the star from Pitt, and Pitt teammate Alex Thorne picks it up at the goal line. Great play by Matt Rader, saving that. And on the around throw, having words with Mike Stevens. Crowd doesn't like that call. Matt Rader going for the backhand. Hand still in his disc. Hotly contested foul call. But the observer upholds the foul. Next Gen keeps possession. And as we say in the ultimate field, the disc doesn't lie. Camden Allison Hall going for the dump. Oh, but there is some justice. Allison Hall getting fouled by Jonathan Neely. That foul also being held by the observer. Uncontested foul by Jonathan Neely. Allison Hall still with the disc. And DiGirolamo flick to Colin Camp. Everyone is there. And Alex Thorne playing smart, not getting involved in that crowd. And as the disc flies over 4 truck stop players, Alex Thorne sitting back unnoticed in the end zone. Next gen up 13-8, and Truck Stop is gonna take a timeout, the first timeout of the game. So we're gonna take a brief break. We will be back with you in just a minute. And we are back here in Washington, D.C. Truck Stop taking on the Next Gen All-Stars. Truck Stop taking a timeout after getting broken, down 5. Next Gen 2 points away from securing this game. Defense fired up. And a big pull from Dylan Freechild, sailing into the goal. The young star really needs to lay off the weights. Throwing it out the back of the field, just as bad as throwing it out the side. Truck Stop gonna pick this one up, walk it to the brick mark. Kevin Moldenhauer in possession with the disc. Double side stack. And a nice play to open up space to get to Robin Polith. Polith on the sideline, marked by Lamar, and Tommy Lamar getting a hand on it. Dylan Freechild picking it up. Chance to break for the All-Stars. Great bid by Steven on Nick Lance. Haas has it. Wanted the hammer, but holsters. Quick 1-2, back to Haas. Steven with another bid, and there, Nick Lance opens up the hammers. Finds Dylan Freechild on the break side. Next Gen now up 14-8. 1 goal to go to take this game, extend their winning streak to 8. Truck Stop unable to find the rhythm here. A strong team finished 10th at Nationals last year. After losing 12 players from that roster, they're looking to regroup a little bit. 7 first-year players on the team. Still early in the season, though. They can take solace in that. And now on offense, Steve with the disc on the sideline. Finally finds Justin Norden. To Doy. Roman Ryan on the disc. Back to Norden. Getting it to Moldenhauer. Great grab from Gordon. All the way to Tom Doy. And Tom Doy, a beacon in this Truck Stop offense. I think he's at 4 or 5 goals today. And he gets the pass from Tommy Gordon. Excuse me, Bobby Gordon. Truck getting over 8. Always nice to get above the half score. But now the defense really has to gut check if they're going to get the breaks necessary against a strong next-gen offense. They've only been able to generate 1 break against this offense so far this game. Smarkin Schaffner pulls for game point to next gen. Philip Haas with the disc. Isolation play to Allison Hall. Doesn't work out. Back to Haas. Kocher unable to get a hand on that disc. Truck stop in the red zone. Jonathan Neely takes the timeout. Second timeout of this half for Truck Stop, not wanting to take any chances. Crowd getting into it as Truck Stop's wanting to get back in this game, and we're gonna take a break to see how they finish this point. And we are back here in Washington, D.C. Jonathan Neely tapping the disc in. Short field for the Truck Stop defense. They called a timeout, trying to assure this break, and they get it. David Cranston, scuba over the top to Markham Schaffner. Markham Schaffner scoring both the goals on the breaks for Truck Stop. Truck Stop now out of timeouts in the second half, reaching double digits, still down 4. And another game point, offensive point for the All-Stars. Defensive line for Truck, Neely, Schaffner, Kolick. Cantor, Cranston, Wodach, and Markham Schaffner. This pole lands 10 yards outside the goal line. Nick Lance scoobers to Janin. Janin on the sideline. Driscoll. Driscoll gets it to Thorne. Intended for Lamar, but Lance picks up. Lamar now with the disc. Janin. Losing yards all the way around to Thorne. And Thorne going for the high release, but Alan Kolick is there. Schaffner on the sideline, and he's trying to get on the board on the other side. Tyler DiGirolamo playing great defense against Jeff Wadach. Physical players are both vying for position under that disc. Game point possession for Next Gen. Lance gets it off the front of the stack, up to Lamar. Driscoll, wide open on the under. Resets to Haas, around to Lance. Janin. Thorne, just outside his goal line. And a great backhand break. Pittsburgh connection, Alex Thorne to Tyler DiGirolamo. And that's gonna end the game here in DC. Next Gen takes that 15-10. Great second half effort from Truck Stop. Not enough to catch up to the bus though. Next Gen extends their lead to 8-1. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Discraft, Patagonia, Elemental Technology, our crew, Brian Bedord on the sideline camera, Vin Bowie, Kimber Coles, Jackson Kelsey, keeping the crowd happy. Of course, Kevin Minderhout making it all happen. Catch us on Monday as the bus rolls into North Carolina to take on Ring of Fire. As for myself, I am Topher Davis. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.